It's the middle of July and things are heating up around Greenville, South Carolina. Not only temperatures, but also the suburbs around Greenville. So if you're thinking about moving to the Greenville area and either don't want to be within 15 minutes of the city because, well, it can get expensive, or you just want to be in a quieter area, we are talking today about 4 of the hottest small towns around Greenville right now. We will discuss each area in detail, what conveniences you'll have in each area, what is near each area, and of course, real estate in each area. Let's do it. As always, my friends, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the upstate of South Carolina, and it's our goal with this channel that we are your #1 resource for all the things that you need to know about the upstate of South Carolina. We aim to provide you with the most relevant, the most reliable, and the most practical information that you can find on the internet about Greenville. If you are thinking about making a move to the Greenville area, I helped over 100 families last year in 2024 with their real estate transactions, and my team and I this year are well on our way to help more folks than that. We would love to add you to our client family, so please do me a favor, email me at my email below. I would love to get you home here in Greenville. First up on the list is an area just southwest of Greenville called Piedmont. From Piedmont, you're about 20 to 30 minutes into downtown Greenville if you wanted to come in on a weekend for an event, or go out to dinner, or go to a live show at the Peace Center. If you live in Piedmont, you're going to experience a quiet lifestyle. You're going to be able to see the stars at night, and you're more than likely going to be able to find a very affordable new construction home here. This is one of the hottest areas in the entire county for new construction right now, and there is a reason for that. Much of Piedmont is zoned for the award-winning Woodmont High School, which is in Greenville County, or the award-winning and highly coveted Wren High School in Anderson County. Piedmont is located both in Greenville and Anderson counties, and the location is one of the best of any suburb. You're not far from Interstate 85 if you needed to get to the GSP Airport, or to Woodruff Road, or to go to Atlanta to catch an international flight. You're also not far from other suburbs like Simpsonville, which would be just east of Piedmont, Easley, which would be just north of Piedmont, and Powdersville, which would be in between Piedmont and Easley. Easley and Powdersville for quite some time now have been hotbeds for new development, and this development is moving right into Piedmont. Piedmont is an old mill town, and until about 5 years ago, it really was a sleepy place. The Piedmont Area Plan, in partnership with Greenville County's Long Range Development, in collaboration with Anderson County, is aiming at changing the face of downtown Piedmont. The Mercantile Building is going to be revitalized and be home to restaurants, coffee shops, and a tap room, and even the Swamp Rabbit Trail is planned to extend into Piedmont, making the area much more walkable. As far as real estate goes in Piedmont, you get a great mix of everything. There are mid-20th century homes here that are priced from $275,000 to $400,000, and those range from 1/4 of an acre to a couple acres. You'll also find a fair amount of mill homes around downtown. There's a lot of farmland in Piedmont, and there's a lot of new construction in this area as a result. Over the last 6 months, roughly 340 properties have come to market in this area and have sold at an average of $352,000, making it much more affordable than the market average as a whole in Greenville. Some newer communities that immediately come to mind is first Riverwood Farms, being built by Meritage. This is one of Meritage's newest communities and will feature over 100 home sites, a pool, play area, and pickleball courts. I actually have some clients buying a home in Riverwood Farms right now, and I was actually there this morning walking through their brand new home. Other communities to have on your radar would be Wood Glen, being built by DRB right around the corner from Riverwood Farm, and River's Edge, being built by Trust. So now let's transition east, and an area that we haven't talked about too much but definitely deserves some recognition is Inman. Inman is northeast of Greenville and sits just northwest of downtown Spartanburg. So if you live here in Inman, then you'll live there in Spartanburg County, and you're going to be a stone's throw away from the downtown that has hundreds of millions of dollars being pumped into it right now. So from Inman, you'll be about 15 minutes north of Spartanburg and about 40 minutes from downtown Greenville. The GSP airport is only about 20 minutes away, and you have the convenience of two major interstate systems, I-26 and I-85, that run parallel and perpendicular to Inman for an easy commute wherever you need to go. Inman is made up of farmland and a fair mix of older properties and newer properties, really not much in between. Over the last 5 years or so, builders have begun to acquire land in this area and start building communities in this area because they know that Spartanburg was prime for growth, and it still is. Of any area in the upstate region, Inman is one of the areas that has arguably the most new construction starts right now. And also, being about 20 minutes to Spartanburg affords you pretty much every convenience that having proximity to downtown Greenville affords you. There's a Costco, there's a Sam's Club, there are a number of grocery stores and YMCAs, and there's a downtown, and there's many good restaurants in downtown Spartanburg. The only thing that you don't get there that you get in a place like Greenville is the Swamp Rabbit Trail, but that's actually going to change. Here recently, plans were set in motion to start building the Saluda-grade rail trail, which is going to run from Inman to Zirconia, North Carolina. The Saluda-grade Trail Conservancy finalized the purchase of the trail in June of 2025 from Norfolk Southern Railway. This trail is going to be very similar in distance to the Swamp Rabbit Trail, about roughly 30 miles, and planning is underway for the trail. Now, the long-term vision for this trail leaving Inman is going to be over 100 miles long, which is going to trump the Swamp Rabbit Trail. And this is one of the most exciting projects in the works in the upstate right now. As far as real estate goes in Inman, over the last 6 months, about 200 properties have come to market, and the average sales price has been right around $355,000. Neighborhoods to have on your radar here would be the cottages at Lake Emery by Mungo, where we've had several clients purchase homes, Hawthorne Ridge, Innova Estates, which is a more modern style community, and Lake Bowen itself. Now let's go back to Greenville County and talk about Fountain Inn. And Fountain Inn, without question, is one of the hottest smaller suburbs in the Greenville area right now. Fountain Inn sits just below Simpsonville along the 385 corridor and is about 10 to 15 minutes away from Fairview Road in Simpsonville, 20 or so minutes to Woodruff Road in Greenville, and roughly 30 minutes to downtown Greenville. Fountain Inn has a very cute and quaint small town that the city of Fountain Inn has worked hard to responsibly grow over the last 10 years as Simpsonville started to expand south, and residents who live here love downtown Fountain Inn. Residents love going to the mill at Fountain Inn, which features Fountain Inn Brewing, an outdoor area, a clubhouse for events, and a food hall. Plus, there's even a large screen to watch big events on television while your kids or grandkids play in the lawn. Now, that's definitely not the only thing Fountain Inn has to offer. There are places like the Fair House, which is a local's favorite place to eat, and there's a splash pad for kids and grandkids downtown as well. There's a real sense of community around Fountain Inn, and I think that's what longtime residents were hoping for that they would see as their small town started to grow. If you pull up Fountain Inn on a map, you can zoom out a bit and see all the development that is happening in that area. Neighborhoods are popping up like Durbin Meadows by D.R. Horton, featuring pickleball courts, a clubhouse, a pool, and a neighborhood pond, as well as Cedar Gap and South Grove by Trust Homes, where we've sold homes to past clients. And there's also Mulberry Estates by DRB, which is right down the street from the world famous Bobby's Barbecue near downtown Fountain Inn. Over the last 6 months, almost 400 properties have come to market in the Fountain Inn area and have sold at an average of $315,000, making it much more affordable relative to the rest of the market here in Greenville. Now, last but not least, let's talk about Woodruff. And if you've been watching the channel for any length of time now, you may have heard me mention this town just southeast of Greenville called Woodruff. Woodruff, about 15 years ago, was kind of nothing. It was very similar to the little two-horse town that I grew up in, but with the expansion of the BMW plant into Woodruff, this little town has changed quite a bit in the last 5 years. You've likely heard of Woodruff Road, which is where all the shopping is done in Greenville. Well, exactly as it sounds, this road extends over into Woodruff as Woodruff Road and Simpsonville and even parts of Spartanburg have grown. So technically, Woodruff is in southern Spartanburg County, and Woodruff is still very much a small town with a cute little quaint downtown. Lots of pasture land and larger estates here in Woodruff, but now there are many builders moving into the area, especially along Highway 101 and 221. Interstate 26 runs parallel to Woodruff to the east, and from there it runs north into Spartanburg. Over the last 6 months, near 350 properties have come to market here in Woodruff, and on average have sold for just under $300,000, making it by far one of the most affordable areas in the entire upstate, with some of the best access to amenities on Woodruff Road and just up Interstate 26 in Spartanburg. Communities like Lakestone and Hunter's Ridge by D.R. Horton are underway, and Rutledge Estates is being built by Dreamfinders Homes here in Woodruff. And if you want a newer home on a larger lot, you can find that here in Woodruff in a community like Pinebrook being built by DRB. So if you're a buyer looking to be out of the hustle and bustle and you want more of a small town feel, places like Piedmont, Inman, Fountain Inn, and Woodruff are areas that should certainly be on your radar. My team and I would love to help you figure out which one is right for you. So please do me a favor and reach out to me at my cell phone number below, or shoot me an email at my email below, and we will help you get home here in Greenville. As always, my friends, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the upstate of South Carolina. And until next time, stay safe. Well, this video is going to be a about Greenville County, the upstate of South Carolina. Great thing to do and easily in the evening. I'm a local real estate expert here in the area. All time, we're right behind me is a really cool place called Freight Yard.